Alright, so I'm going to go into some business astrology stuff to, you know, help get that current garbage out of the way. So, yeah, I'm making a stance because I am choosing to help people as a person. So, alright, so, I don't know, I guess I'm not objective anymore. But, like, alright. So these are some alternative names for the rising signs. This is going to be relevant because, first, you're going to have to be able to pick out which rising sign people are operating as, and then determining, you know, what they're going to value, which would be their second house. Yeah. So, yeah, Aries rising is the energetical protagonist. You know, the Aries rising lesson in person is about the real goal, the real spirituality is in, you know, realizing just what's, you know, going on in the current moment. And that's kind of the lesson that people are under, like when things are going back to God and talking about God, it's usually about that. And it's also, it's, you know, the original sign, it's the first sign, it's where all the signs are in the house you're supposed to be in, and like TV shows and stuff like that, it's usually like the person that has like protagonist power, like Goku, or you could think of like Bruce Lee. Not saying every protagonist, because there's like Saitama, and I don't think he's an Aries rising, but it's just the idea of also, okay, an Aries rising, there's someone that's pretty much like on the go all the time, so they value people who have patience and can sit and do one thing for a long time. So, see, they would be my target demographic because I'm the Taurus rising, the patience warrior that, you know, fights by not fighting, or kind of uses my patience or, you know, other people's patience to like initiate things, and then, you know, and they, you know, Taurus, it's the fixed earth, it's like a rock, you know, so then the Gemini rising, which is the resourceful talker, it's the person that, you know, comes off like they always have something to say, and you know, are going from situation to situation, but really the main purpose and what they're doing is they're finding out like everyone's value system, what they value, so they, you know, can obtain security or create security from that, which, when unhealthy, obviously can be taken as, you know, manipulative, but you know, obviously when you master it, that isn't the case. And then Cancer rising, the skillful homeowner, that's, you know, and by the way, with all these, I'm combining like the 12th house with the first house here. So, yeah, the skillful homeowner, it's like the Cancer rising, which are the real Geminis. It's about realizing that, you know, the way you obtain the most skills and get to talk to people and get them to open up is by providing a home. And then you can have the most access to learning skills through, you know, the people that come to your home. And then Leo rising, which is the raw nerve star. It's someone that's like, they're really the most sensitive, but they come off as the most confident because their sensitivity puts them somewhere where they are paid attention to, like the star. And then also because that sensitivity, you know, they're the real cancers. They're really the people like taking care of everybody, but it's like the sun, you know, it looks like it would, and it will, you know, burn and like completely like melt you down, but it's really creating like a home for all of us within like the solar system. And you know, it's not limited to just the sun, just this star, but yeah. And then the Virgo rising, I feel like the director is like the perfect name for them, because they have that like Aries 8th house, and just plus the director is the person that's like the star, but is never like, or almost never is actually in the movie at the same time, or at least if they are, it's like usually not stated. So, and they're the person that always knows like where everything should go, because they're the real, you know, Leo's being knowing where to put their attention, and you know how to get everyone to come together to get the perfect shot and everything, or you know, and that can apply to other aspects of life. And then and then I mean, that's kind of a different thing. Yeah, I'll go into that later. Libra rising, the mirror. It's the people that are always like, they come off like they're neutralizing things and balancing things, but really they're making people the most aware of themselves through mirroring them. And you know, Libra has to do with like beauty and, you know, ruled by Venus and all that, so it's like you being aware of all, you know, becoming completely aware of all your perfections, imperfections, perfect imperfections, so on and so forth. And then you got Scorpio rising, which would be the equalizer, because they're the real Libras. They come off like they're like, you know, dark and are causing problems, but really they're always where the problem is, because in order to create peace you have to go into a dark situation to make the most impact, to make it peaceful. Not saying you always have to do like the Denzel Washington movie and like, you know, shoot people, but you know, I'm not even saying you have to do that ever. I'm trying to avoid that happening any in the first place. I'm just saying like that'd be an unhealthy representation of a Scorpio rising. You know, like a healthy Scorpio rising would be someone that would go in and use the you know, pull and control that they have to, you know, create harmony in that situation. And then a Sagittarius rising, the traveling gatekeeper, because they're the ones that have all they're the ones that have actually gone the deepest into things and have all the like, you know, dark, like hidden knowledge, but